everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ming. That was a fantastic presentation. As you know, over the past few years, we've been presenting a number of awards to our councils, both in terms of the individual councils and individuals that had those councils. I think it's been a fitting way to recognize the cohesiveness of the network and the fine work that the councils do in terms of portraying the issues of foreign policy to all Americans, and in particular also the hard work that individual leaders of these councils undertake and the devotion that they give to their councils. This year we have two awardees, of course, and the first award that we'd like to announce is the Chairman's Award for the head of an individual council that has been an exceptional leader of their council. And this year we're very pleased to announce that Ms. Lise Falskow of the Alaska Council will be receiving the Chairman's Award. So, Lisa. Hey, Bill, wait a minute. I want to say some nice things about Lisa first. So, Lisa's been heading the council for approximately 13 years. She knows just about everyone in the state, including the moose and the me out there. Actually, it's a very lovely state. The other year, my wife and I took a tour of the inner harbor, the cruise of Alaska there, and it was just fantastic. We enjoyed it very much. Actually, it brings back fine memories because in the early 90s, I was a speaker at the council up there in Alaska. So let me say, she's headed the council for 13 years. She, as I mentioned, basically knows everyone in the state, the political leadership, the community leadership, as well as the economic leaders of the state. She has increased membership by about 300% at her programming. She's increased revenues for about 700%. And she's also been very much dedicated to the network in terms of attending our conference, as you can see, as well as having her students participate in the Academic World Quest. And we're very grateful for all the work that you do, both for the network and for AWQ. But I have to say other things. She's very accomplished individually outside of the range of the council. I understand that you are the honorary consul general for Norway up in Alaska. You are also a professional pianist, so we might have had a runoff here, a competition here, you know, for a while. And I don't know if this is true or not, Lisa, and I'd hate to arm wrestle you, but I understand you've participated in 6 Ironman triathlons? And now you really make me jealous because I understand your leadership has led you to be the honorary commander of the F-22 Fighter Pilot Squadron. Is there anything you don't do? Anyway, Lisa, it's my great honor to present you and recognize you for your fine leadership in Alaska and to the network.
Wow, thank you. And the piano music is lovely, by the way. Love it, love it, love it. Well, wow, what a surprise and an honor. So I guess I'd like to say a couple of things. Living in Alaska, this is truly amazing. So a lot of times we feel like we're so far away that people don't recognize what we're doing in the, lower 48, especially places like Washington, D.C. So something like this is really means a lot to me. And for Alaska, there's so many things that go on in Alaska that are important. As you know, the melting of the Arctic is something that we feel all the time, with temperature rising 2 to 3 times as much in Alaska and the Arctic than the rest of the world. And what that means for Alaska is huge. But as we say, what happens in the Arctic doesn't stay in the Arctic. Our colleagues in Florida will see that with rising sea levels, and our Minnesota friends are seeing cold weather coming through, and it is something that's very important to us and something that I know all of you recognize. The other thing I want to say is is how strong this network is and what it means for Alaska and how appreciative we are for the World Affairs Council and Bill and Roman and what you're doing here. And this really hit home to me this last year when I gathered some of our young leaders, and we really do include the young people in our organizations. They're on our staff, they're on our board, and I asked them about membership and what was important to them. And they call themselves the next gen. And the next gen is kind of the golden goose, right? How do you get them involved and how do you get them to do what we're doing for the next generation? And they said, you know, what's important to us is purpose and doing something bigger than ourselves and making a difference. And what that meant for us is messaging needed to change. And so where I used to stand up like this in front of all my programs, and I would say, hi, my name is Lisa, I'm President and CEO of the Alaska World Affairs Council, and we've been in Alaska longer than Alaska's been a state, which is really cool. No pun intended, really. We changed that. We now say, you know, I still say, hi, my name is Lisa Falskow, and I'm the President and CEO of the Alaska World Affairs Council, but now I say, I'm part of the World Affairs Council of America's system. We're part of 90+ councils around the United States, and we are the largest international grassroots educational organization in the United States, and that's a big thing. So thank you very much for making that possible and making Alaska possible.
Well done, Lisa. Congratulations. It's my good pleasure to present the 2019 Council of the Year Award to someone who rides a lot of bikes. It's an amazing thing when you can have not only your World Affairs Council producing 90 or 100 events a year and convening all the big names, although probably not Vivian Ming yet. Now we know. That said, this month it was Women on the World Stage with Samantha Power and Nikki Haley. This is a council that has 75 junior World Affairs Councils and educates 11,000 students, some of which have won Academic World Quest like the New York Yankees 7 out of 9 years. They are not from New York, they're from Dallas. James Falk, Jim, calls me from Colorado, I'm on a bike. He calls me from the Atlas Mountains, I'm on a bike. Yet, we do a dinner, we raise $900,000, we've raised $2.6 million in our latest capital campaign to date, and he does a podcast called Global IQ Minute. Jim has been with the network for 19 years, 12 of which he's served on the board and several on the executive committee. He's been my, to use a Sicilian phrase, consigliere. James Falk, receiving for the Dallas World Affairs Council, Dallas Fort Worth. Thank you.
You gotta take the award.
You gotta take the award. Oh my goodness. There you go.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much. Thank you. Recognition from the World Affairs Council of America is really a great honor, and it's one that our whole staff, our directors, and really I speak for our membership, we're so proud to receive it. Bill, I'm very grateful to you and all of those who were involved in the selection, and thank you, Ambassador Povidok. To confirm the stereotype that everything is larger in Texas, including Ted Cruz. He's not in the room. You see that our staff and our board of directors are well represented here at the conference. In fact, I think we have over 40 members here. Over the years, I've been very, very fortunate to work with an exceptional staff, many of whom are here tonight. And let me tell you, they're here tonight because practically our whole executive committee chipped in to say we'd love for them to be here in Washington at this conference. I have been blessed over 19 years to work with an outstanding board of directors, and chairs, chairmen, and chairwomen who have given so much of their time, their financial resources, and their talent to encourage and ensure our success. Our staff, without any question, is really simply the best. If time permitted, I'd want to introduce every one of them that are here and those who are not here and those who have worked with us over the years. But I'm going to recognize two. One is Beth Huddleston. Beth has worked with me for 17 years, and she's our executive vice president. And Martha Powell, who told me, she's my executive assistant. When Martha started, she said, "I'll work with you for 5 years." I've lost count, but it's over 10. But I'd like to ask all of our staff members here to stand and be recognized. Our team is really a family, and every one of them has such a deep commitment to the mission of the Council and to the World Affairs Councils of America. The same can be said for our directors, and I think there are about 20 that are here tonight. I'd like to especially recognize our chairman, George Baldor, for his exceptional generosity. George, stand up. George Baldor has really made WorldQuest and our winning team possible. He is the largest donor to our education program and a dear friend. Our immediate past chair, Marjorie Adams, who has always been at our side and my side. She has been a mentor to me and to our entire staff, who respect her, fear her, and love her. Let me also recognize my wife, Terrell. Terrell, would you please stand? Who is a gracious and willing hostess, and also supports me, my dogs, my bicycles, with great patience and enthusiasm. Let me also really stress our association and membership with the World Affairs Councils of America. It has been instrumental in helping us reach our goals. When I started 19 years ago, the World Affairs Councils of America was extremely important, and they helped in every way. And we also benchmarked ourselves with a number of councils: San Francisco, Houston, Philadelphia, and others. The benefits that we receive from WACA by far outweigh the relatively small annual investment. Never want to hear anybody ever complain about membership dues. Program support, guidance, and association with the brand of the World Affairs Council of America are invaluable and should never be overlooked or minimized. I'd also like to thank our colleagues around the country who share our mission and our best practices. One of the best traits of this system, of this network, is our collaboration. This makes us all stronger and effective and efficiently promotes the Council's mission, which let's hope is the nation's mission. Last Friday, we held our annual fundraising dinner where the H. Neil Mallon Award is given to an individual who has made significant contributions to the global stature of Dallas-Fort Worth. This year, we recognized our mayor, Mike Rawlings. But who was Neil Mallon? Directors, you can't answer the question. Neil Mallon, for students of presidential history, you may know that he was one of George H.W. Bush's closest friends and indeed his mentor. Without Neil Mallon, George H.W. Bush would have never come to Texas. In fact, he gave him his first job in the Texas oil fields. Mallon was the chairman of the oil services company Dresser, which he moved from Ohio to Dallas. He was the founder of our council, and what he wrote in 1951 when he founded our council is relevant today to all of us. The council enables its members to combat public indifference and apathy in world affairs in a forceful and effective manner. It enables members to hear the inside story of what is going on in the world. It helps members make a direct and important contribution to the education of neighbors and fellow citizens. It provides a world affairs information center for other community groups. It establishes Dallas insert the name of your council, as one of the country's foremost region cities in its interest and knowledge of world affairs. This is what guides our work. It's what guides your work. We're so happy to receive this honor and to be with all of you who share our mission. Thank you again.